Housing Trust. Any young person up to 35 years old, if they have been contributing to the trust for over 2 years, they will be entitled to a deposit grant, free money, 500, and furthermore, we know that when we do that, there will be tremendous demand for affordable housing. And that is why the next People's National Party government is committed to building 50,000 affordable homes for Jamaicans, at least 500 in each constituency, at least 500 in Northwest St. Anne, at least 500 in Northeast St. Anne, at least 500 in Southwest St. Anne, and at least 500 in Southeast St. Anne. And we are identifying the lands to do that. We're not going to use arable land for agriculture. We'll be using lands that are suitable for housing. And when we build those houses, we are going to give you a discount because we're not going to include the value of the land in the price of the house. So if you're paying 10 million, as Natalie said, and the land value is 2 million, you're not going to be required to pay 10 million for that house, but 8 million, because you will get a $10 million house for 8 million under the People's National Party. So young people, when them come with them 5,000 or whatever them coming with to try buy you out, think about that $2 million value when you buy your house under the PNP. And I know so many of our entrepreneurs, so many of our very small business people, our hairdressers, our cosmetologists, our taxi operators, our shopkeepers, our farmers would love to be able to access one of those houses too. But they don't have a pay slip each month or each fortnight, so they can't prove their income to be eligible for the loan. And that's why the next PNP government is coming with the rent-to-own house system, where you can go into one of those houses as a tenant and pay the rent equal to the mortgage. And after 6 months, if we've been paying, we say, you don't need to prove anything more. You are ready to borrow the money, draw down the loan, buy the house, and move from a tenant to an owner with your own door key. Because we want to build the ownership society where everybody feels part of this Jamaica land we love. And let me tell you, comrades and friends, we recognize the importance of the creative industries and our culture. And we want to unleash that as part of the economy that can grow Jamaica and make us more wealthy. So we are going to establish a fund of $1 billion every year, which will be available to the creative industries, to the musicians, to the sound recording artists, to the sound engineers, to the artists who draw or paint, so you can step up in life and help grow this economy and help build that brand Jamaica for the world. And in the same way, I realize that we have to do something for a special group of people who are close to my heart. My father came to Jamaica in 1953 as the first bone specialist in Jamaica, the first orthopedic surgeon. And there was a polio epidemic shortly after he came here. And he knew about polio because he had seen it in Egypt, where he was a doctor during World War II. And the government of the day put him in charge of the medical response to that epidemic. And he established what was then called the Polio Center. And after we cured and got rid of polio from Jamaica, it grew and became the Mona Rehabilitation Center for anybody with physical disabilities, whether it be paralysis, whether it be deformities or whatever. I grew up in a family that cared for persons with disabilities. My mother left the civil service when she was one of the first 3 women to become administrative cadets in the country on the pathway moving up to permanent secretary. She was one of the first 3 women in the civil service to come into an administrative position. She left after we were born, my sister and I. Born here, by the way. You see me born. My navel string cut right there at 9 College Common. So anybody wants to say anything different, they can do it. Because I lie them I tell. And the polio center, the rehab center, was just a hop, skip and a jump away from where I live. And I spent a lot of time there right through my childhood. Enough of my brethren are people in wheelchairs and sisters too. So the next PNP government, being a government that in the last time round passed the Disabilities Act to give rights to persons with disabilities. Now we're going to put some money behind it now. 1 billion a year to support persons with disabilities to have full access to the society that they have a right to be part of and have a potential to help build, whether it be accessibility issues, technology, or other matters like that. Sidewalks, so they can go on them wheelchairs safely. Institutional reform, because we realize the system not right. Impeachment, we are going to put that in the Constitution so a man can go into a car park. Institutions of good governance in the country. I was the architect of the Integrity Commission because I realized corruption was a terrible problem in the country, holding us back as a nation. And we're going to support the Integrity Commission. All I ask of them is that they deal with everybody fairly. But they must leave no stone unturned. And the government must not interfere in their work. Let the chips fall where they may. How can we have a situation where the most important anti-corruption institution in the country is in court fighting for its life? A case brought by the Prime Minister himself, trying to strike down the very piece of legislation which he's under investigation for. It's a disgrace. It is a cloud over the image and reputation of Jamaica. We are going to support the Integrity Commission. We are going to support the Financial Investigations Division. We will restore the office of the Political Ombudsman as an office that can look into hanky-panky in electoral matters and bad conduct and provide some one-sided. We want a better balance between protecting people's reputation and transparency to ensure that wrongdoing is exposed. There are other models that we can use. New Zealand has a very progressive model. We will be reforming the God clause. And we want it now. That is what we stand for in the people. Not just to vote for the PNP, but to vote for yourselves and your families and your future. Andrew can run, but him can't hide. Election must call, because if him don't call it, the Constitution will call it, and we're going to vote them out, because the people want better. Time come for a better life. So comrades, let us come together and walk hand in hand and make sure it happens. St. Anne, are you ready for a PNP government? Are you ready for the 4 candidates you have? Are you ready for a government led by Iron Mark Jefferson Golin, the one them call Marky G? You look like you're ready. You sound like you're ready. You feel like you're ready. Power to the people. Power to the people, I say. One love, comrade. God bless you all.
Are you ready for a better Jamaica?
Yes!
Are you ready for more Jefferson Golin? Michael Senton is ready. Jamaica arise.
So awake from your slumber and answer the call. The torch has been lighted, the dawn is at hand. Rejoice in the bright, for his own native land. Land of my birth, I pledge to thee, Lord and faithful.
The word is love. Trouble room safely.
March, we are march, march, march. March, we are march.